Lybrand is a YouTube makeup guru, and recently she posted a video on something that's completely different from what she typically posts about. It's not about makeup, it's about how her father sexually abused her when she was a child. Now, she talks about how she was sexually abused from the age of 3 to 14, and she kind of gives a little backstory as to why she's discussing this now on her YouTube channel. Let's take a look.
Just got an email from YouTube saying that the man that raped me for the most of my life subscribed to me. The man that took my virginity, robbed me of an innocence, has subscribed to me on YouTube and is watching my videos. So, I never got to testify in court against this man, and I never got to say what it's like, what it feels like being tied up and chained and tortured for hours when you're 4 years old by your father.
God, that is incredibly powerful. And it's amazing the society we live in now, because nothing is private anymore. Mm-hmm. And, in the old days, putting out a video like that not only would have been very hard to do, you wouldn't know where to put it, etc., making it as, but it would be unthinkable to have put out that video. But obviously, as hard as it is for her, there are the upsides of that kind of sharing, which is that it makes people aware, and of course it's her dad, and she's outing him in this incredibly public way, and that's got downsides, significant downsides as well. What do you make of it, Anna?
So first, let me just say that it takes so much courage to share a story like that with the public, because especially when you're putting it up on YouTube, where you know that there will be certain people, regardless of how terrifying your experience was, they'll make light of it, they'll speculate about whether or not it's real, that kind of thing.
Of course.
And so you're opening yourself up for a lot of criticism, and people have criticized her for her decision to make this public. However, I think that, I know that she didn't prosecute. Okay, she didn't testify against her father, and she moved away, she bought guns or whatever to protect herself, and she just kind of wanted to move past it, right? I feel like this for her was also a little therapeutic, because I feel like it's something that she's kept inside for such a long time. And now this is my own speculation, but you can tell when you watch that entire video that she's unleashing all of this pent up anger and hatred for this man who just destroyed her childhood.
Okay, now think about it this way. If that happened to you, wouldn't you feel that you had the right to do anything you wanted to that guy? I mean, what? Oh, did I hurt you with my video? Mm-hmm. Is that, are you going to be okay? I mean, after you hurt me in the most indescribable ways from 3 to 14 years old? So now some people will say, look, you got to go through the court system, this kind of, it's almost vigilante justice by outing him like this, etc. But if it happened, then there's not enough you could do to that guy. Mm-hmm. And so this is the least that could happen to him. And there are monsters in the world, man. 3 years old, it's just so scary to think about.
Tied her up for hours and just tortured her like that. The part of this that disturbs me the most is the fact that this guy is just out there. He's out there, he's on the internet, he's subscribed to her YouTube channel. That's the part of it that's really scary. And I feel like there needs to be more emphasis, to get people who have been sexually abused to prosecute, testify against these people, report them to the authorities. I mean, our system is a little screwed up where it's difficult. It's difficult, and a lot of times you get demonized in the process of trying to prove that this person has molested you or raped you or sexually assaulted you. But there needs to be more encouragement to get these people to go and report them to the authorities. I hate that this guy is out on the loose, and I hate that he's on the internet. It's disgusting that he's subscribed to her channel when she's trying to move on with her life. Yeah. And by the way, I just want to say one other thing about her. I mean, I watched her entire video, and she's incredibly resilient, okay? Because regardless of what she went through in her childhood, she did great things in college. You know, she seems to be happy and successful. I mean, obviously not in that video, but she goes on to talk about how she was like, you know, a very popular member of her high school. And so I'm happy that she was able to fight those obstacles and move past it. But I wish we could put this guy behind bars.
Right. Now, obviously, look, the reason that they get, unfortunately, a lot of women who report it or men get victimized again is because then you have a system where it's going to be one side against another, and the guy is going to try to prove he's innocent, and so he will accuse her of other things, etc. But I would just want to remind everybody that, of course, we don't know what the facts are, right? Mm-hmm. So if he went to trial, what would happen? You know, we just have that video. I mean, it seems like she's the most earnest person in the world, right? But obviously, don't judge without knowing all the facts.